Hello everyone. So we are moving on to page 18. And so now you'll understand a little bit about why we did the introduction to the key signatures in the other one, because now the book is going to play around with key signatures and we get to learn a new concept. So we have on page 18 French folk song, which starts out with 3 sharps. Look at that. We're in now our A major key. This piece starts on A, and if you look down here, your part ends on A as well. Then there's something else that is different. Now we have half notes that fill up the whole measure with dots by them. Well, what does that mean? And these dots are in your part on measure 4 and several spots throughout. So you'll see those in your music. Well, let's talk about dots. You can read the sentence up here that talks about a dot to the right of any note adds a value equal to half of the note it follows. So that's a hint for you that dots can be after any note. They can be after a quarter note, an eighth note, a 16th note, and they're equal to half of whatever it follows. So a half note is 2 counts. Half of a half note is 1 count. So that gives you 3 counts. The reason why this is important to know is because we have 3/4 over here, which means there's only going to be 3 quarter notes in every measure. So now a full measure, instead of being a whole note, is now a dotted half note because that's 3 counts. So, and let's triage a little bit. Wow, we get to start on the E string this time. So we have A, third finger on the E, then G sharp, second finger on the E, and the G is sharp because over here in your key signature you have F, C, and G sharp, which puts us in A. Then we have F sharp, G sharp, A, then open E, then third finger D, second finger C sharp, first finger B, open A. So you're going to walk down that A string. Then we have 3 measures that are exactly the same. A, B, C sharp, A, B, C sharp, and then a D, dotted half note. Then we have 3 measures that are the same with B, C sharp, D. So they're all on the A string, but B, C sharp, D this time, and so on. And then we have an open E. Then we go from A, every note that you've learned, all the way down to open A. A, G sharp, F sharp, E, D, C sharp, B, A. Then go back to the B and then back down to the open A. And that's the whole piece. Should be pretty easy for you if you've gotten to that point where you're really good about what these notes are. But this is your exercise for the E string. To get your E string notes really good. So open A and third finger A, and then we have 3 counts. So 1, 2, 3. Then pick up and pick up. Then third finger, hover it over the string. Then C sharp and B. 2, 3. Then A, B. And you do that 3 times. A, B, B, A, B, C sharp. And then hold for D. 2, 3. Then B, C sharp, D, and you do that 3 times. Then open A. Then in measure 17, you're going to go from A, third finger on the E string, all the way that's your French folk song introduction. How I would recommend in your alone practice time outside of this video, play it by yourself. If you have a little recording device or can have a memo on your phone or a smart device, record yourself, play it back, listen. Be kind of, if you can be gentle and be an objective critic of yourself in a good way, that's a good way to hear if you're in tune, or if you're hearing, if you're not ticking other strings, you can be your own teacher a little bit there. Now let's go on to Hickory Dickory Dock. So Hickory Dickory Dock introduces a completely new key signature too, which is 6/4. What? That is, it's very simple though. 6 quarter notes per measure. We're still in A major with 3 sharps, but now we're going to have 6. Well, let's look at that. Do we have 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sure do. 6 quarter notes in the first measure. Now what, this measure looks difficult. It's not though. We have a C sharp tied to a C sharp, so we know that's 1, 2, 3. That's beat 3. Then we have 2 quarter note rests, 3. This makes 4, 5. And then that note is the 6th note of 6/4. Then we have the next measure is 2 counts, 3 counts, 4, 5, 6 counts. So half quarter, half quarter. You've just lengthened out the measures, and then you have a little bit different notation because of the 6/4. So we have 1, 2, tie, 3, rest, rest, and then 6 is here. And then this is a tie, so that's like 3 counts, but it's a tied note. And then look here, we have 2 tied, dotted half notes. Well, you learned in the last video that a dotted half note equals 3 counts. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's one full 6/4 measure. So let's try Hickory Dickory. It's on the A string, and a couple of E string notes, but most of it's on the A string. So set up your position. You're going to start on C sharp, so make sure. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, rest, rest, and then go up bow. 6, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 6. So you have a really beautiful long bow at the end. See if you could get that to be a nice tone coming all the way from the frog to the tip of the bow. And then in the next video we'll do the done and dusted duets for this page and page 16. Just keep practicing. Your goal is to kind of get that good tone, get control of your bow levels on each string, get really good at your notes and where they're at, and then we're working on time signatures and key signatures. So have a great week, and make sure you spend every day you can with your instrument. Even if it's 15 or 20 minutes a day, we will make good progress.